Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for tonight. Monday, August 12th, 2013, from Sacramento, California. Because the last Raw before SummerSlam. Where is the go home show for Raw girls? Go home show for Raw before SummerSlam. It was an okay Raw tonight. Pretty decent Raw. The crowd was good tonight in Sacramento. We had a lot of matches added for SummerSlam. Last minute, of course, typical WWE likes to announce matches without any hype whatsoever, including the pregame show, which I think it's kind of stupid. A couple other matches probably going to be, there's matches that were official, matches that may be official as of SmackDown tomorrow during the tapings, when they air Friday. Who knows? But we had a lot of things added to it. Some decent action. And great Miz TV involving Cena and Daniel Bryan. And speaking of, and we have a new stipulation added to that match, kind of, as the McMahon Triple H saga is taking over the main event of SummerSlam. I get to why I think the Triple H McMahon power struggle is now stealing the spotlight from Cena and Daniel Bryan in just a few seconds. In just a few minutes, but let's kick off with Daniel Bryan. We have a match to kick off on tonight. Daniel Bryan taking on Wade Barrett as a little revenge for Wade Barrett after what happened last week when the open makeover backfired with D-Bry refusing to get his beard shaved and shaved off Wade Barrett's beard. Now, Wade Barrett was clean shaven. Wade Barrett lost to D-Bry on Friday on SmackDown. And now D-Bry and Barrett are going to face off again with a little catch. A guest referee was to be named for this match. Brad Maddox, the special referee for this matchup, the Raw GM, being a referee. We all know Brad Maddox's history of being a screwy referee. And unfortunately, that history continued. Before we get to that little screwy ending, that led to the stipulation being added for SummerSlam between D-Bry and Cena. D-Bry had his way with Wade Barrett for a little while, as the crowd in Sacramento was really behind D-Bry. But then Wade Barrett, with his slide cutting style and his former Nexus member, taking it to D-Bry and the outside, taking him with some nasty hits and kicks. But indeed, D-Bry went for his big flying moves, which he did. He did get the flying splash off the middle rope. And then D-Bry came with his high-flying, fast-paced, yes style. Coming back with some nasty kicks. With some drop kicks and a big, like I said, big move with the splash on the floor. And he got back up with his big nasty clotheslines and it caused the yes kicks to the chest. And that's what sealed the ending. As D-Bry was delivering the yes kicks to the head, to the chest, Wade Barrett ducked the last kick, rolled up D-Bry, and the referee Maddox. Big quick count. Quick count of D-Bry. Wade Barrett gets the victory after a quick count from Brad Maddox. And D-Bry wanted revenge. He wanted to hit Brad Maddox, despite what the consequences might have been. If D-Bry were to hit Brad Maddox, he may have lost his match at SummerSlam. He may not have been facing Cena for the title. But before D-Bry could do any damage to Brad Maddox, Maddox, like a rat on a pole, slid it down the middle rope before he slid it out and ran out like a coward before D-Bry would damage the SummerSlam main event. And as we shall see later on in the evening, and I kind of knew it was kind of a setup, because Brad Maddox has been kind of been fed words by Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon, as we've seen for weeks, does not want D-Bry to win. And of course, the D-Bry McMahon feud been hinting towards may continue on, with D-Bry in Cena's match adding a referee. Being Brad Maddox may be added as a referee for SummerSlam. And I was not too pleased with that outcome if that outcome was to have happened. But fortunately, Triple H came to the rescue. Of course, like I said, the McMahon Triple H power struggle, unfortunately, is taking the spotlight from the main event of D-Bry and Cena. Their struggle for power control has led to Triple H making a decision that there will be a special guest referee at SummerSlam for the match between John Cena and Daniel Bryan. But it would not be Brad Maddox to screw D-Bry. He won't be McMahon's choice for referee. It'll be Triple H's choice. Him. Now, let me take you back. SummerSlam 2011. The last time Triple H refereed a WWE Championship match. It was John Cena against CM Punk. When Punk came back after leaving with the championship Money in the Bank, we had two WWE champions. As we all know, CM Punk won the match. He won the match. He got the WWE championship. But we all know what happened after that match. Kevin Nash came out, beat the crap out of Punk, and Del Rio cashed in Money in the Bank on Punk. What I'm saying is, having Triple H as the referee is a bad omen. Because the last time Triple H refereed a match at SummerSlam, Money in the Bank was cashed in, with Del Rio cashing in on Punk. And my fear of D-Bar being cashed in on Orton may come true. Especially, like I said, the omen of what happened last time Triple H refereed a match, Money in the Bank was cashed in on after a match refereed by Triple H for the WWE Championship. So it may happen again. I hope it doesn't. That's just me and my omen. So Triple H named the special guest referee for a match at SummerSlam. Cena and D-Bar would have a very heated debate on Miz TV, which I'll get to in a few minutes. But on with action. Let's get over some matches. After the D-Bar Wade Barrett match, on with our next match, which was the two Money in the Bank winners against each other. Again, as Randy Orton still played the face despite teasing a possible heel turn against D-Bar and Cena last week. But we may see the heel turn kind of hinted again. Taking on Damien Sandow, who has a new and improved Money in the Bank briefcase. Is it just me, or did it look like chocolate? Sandow tried handcuffing the briefcase to the steel steps as Cody Rhodes was at ringside, and he didn't want to take any chances on Cody stealing the briefcase again. With Cody at ringside, he saw Damien Sandow and Orton in a hooking matchup. But the fans, I remember the fans were kind of bored midway towards the match because they were chanting Cody's mustache. So Sandow and Randy Orton in an okay matchup. Sandow had the advantage early on, with his own move and even nailing the elbow of the Sting. But in typical Orton fashion, Orton came back strong with his own little two moves of doing Hangman DDT and all his big flashing dropkick moves and all that debacle. But then we saw Cody Rhodes get a little bit involved in the ending. As Sandow was taking back control, Orton did attempt a RKO once, but then Sandow blocked it. He blocked the RKO attempt by Orton. But another attempt for the RKO was going to be attempted by Orton, especially after this little distraction. As Sandow was taking back control, Cody Rhodes left his commentating position and was trying to steal the briefcase that Sandow had handcuffed. As Sandow was trying to get Cody Rhodes away from his briefcase, I had a sneaky suspicion this was going to happen, and I predicted it right on the money. Sandow was going to get distracted by Cody taking his briefcase, and 1 and 2 and RKO. That's exactly what happened. Sandow, distracted by Cody, went into the RKO by Orton. 1, 2, 3 victory for the Raw Money to Make winner, Randy Orton. Of course, one of these guys have ambitions to cash in one of their briefcases this Sunday against either the World Champion and Del Rio and Christian for Sandow, and of course, Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Cena in Orton's case. So, pun the pun. So, there we go. We also, like I said, a lot of matches were made for SummerSlam this evening. A tag team title match was revealed. An open challenge was made by the Shields, Rollins and Reigns. And we'll find out possibly that possible tag team later on in the evening. In the midst of the 20-man battle royal to determine who would face Dean Ambrose for the United States Championship as part of the pregame. Is it just me, or has the Shield been the pregame the last 2 months? Last month's pre-show was Rollins and Reigns against the Usos for the tag titles pregame for Money in the Bank. Now, this month, This month's pre-show is Dean Ambrose taking on somebody of the Battle Royal winner. What's up with that? What's up with the Shield being the pregame? Are they getting demoted? But the Shield is going to have a match on SummerSlam, but not on the main card and one on the pregame, which would be Ambrose. We'll find out his opponent and also the Rollins and Reigns opponents later on in the evening. But now on to another match being made for SummerSlam. Divas match. We have two Divas matches. We got the mixed tag match. Big E and AJ taking on Ziggy and Caitlyn. Now I need to mention this. Caitlyn and Ziggy has been involved romantically before. Remember when Caitlyn was on NXT? Her pro was Vicky Guerrero, when Vicky was still the manager / love interest of Dolph Ziggler. And Caitlyn and Dolph Ziggler had a little fling in the past. I'm surprised that hadn't got brought up yet. But another Divas match was made tonight, a 6 Divas tag match. Now this match should be the fucking pregame, not Ambrose. Especially on who we'll find out who he's going to face tonight. Should be the Divas match, should be the pregame. Or could his Axel should get the pregame? And the US title match was last year's SummerSlam pregame. That's bullshit. For 2 years in a row, SummerSlam pregame has been the United States Championship. Bullshit. Last year was Cesaro against Santino. Where has he been? Hope he gets fired soon. Sorry, I didn't say that. When Cesaro won the championship last year in the pregame. Now this year, U.S. Championship's a pregame. What's up with that? 2 years in a row, the U.S. Championship pregame for SummerSlam. And Divas is on the main card. It'll be a 6-person tag. Natalia teaming up with the Funkadactyls against the the Bella Twins, and Eva Marie. I hope people fall asleep to that match, as I fell asleep to our next match. Big E and AJ taking on Khali and Natalia. Now, Khali and Big E can't wrestle each other. God, I knew that part was going to be boring. That's why I fell asleep during it. Because I knew Big E and Khali can't wrestle each other. It would be kind of stupid. But Natalia got to do try to wrestle AJ, proving once again why Natalia is the best wrestler in the Divas division and should be pushed a lot more. Instead of fucking being demoted and being made fun of. Like I said before a few weeks ago, I'll say it again, not Caitlyn, but Natalia, go to TNA. They'll treat you better. Anyway, Natalia did get the sharpshooter on, and she surprisingly made the Divas champion tap out. I didn't wake up for that part. To see AJ tap out to the sharpshooter. And then Big E tried to take down Khali, but Khali took him down after the matchup. So, like I said, it's a little stupid tag match. But at least Natalia won the match for the team. So, there you go. Now, on with the next match, which was Kane taking on Titus O'Neil. Of course, Kane's got his match this Sunday against Bray Wyatt in the Inferno match. The Ring of Fire. Kane fell into a ring of fire. Now, they alluded that the point of the match is not to light your opponent on fire, like the old Inferno matches was. They're basically saying that the fire is going to surround the ring as a blockage, not as an objective to light your person on fire. It's about getting a pinfall or submission within the ring of fire. It's not about burning somebody, because nobody doesn't want that, because it's TVPG. Anyway, Titus looked okay against Kane. Titus tried to use his power against Kane. But Kane's power got the best of Titus. Great moves up the top. I think Kane did try his flying clothesline. It was kind of a quick matchup with Titus getting in the chokeslam position. Darren Young trying to distract Kane, but that didn't help. And Titus still went up and down for the chokeslam and a 1-2-3 victory. Quick victory for Kane. But as Kane was celebrating his victory, here come the Wyatt family. Lights out and everything as they came down to the ring. With Bray set up his position in the chair as he came up with the creepy lighting and the lantern set in his chair. Lights went back up. As Harper and Rowan were about to attack Kane, Kane escaped. He was on the ramp. And he did the chokeslam. He did the big alt move, bang, the fire hit. Sending a message to Bray Wyatt for their match this Sunday in the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire. So, there you go with that scenario. With, of course, Kane against Bray Wyatt in the Inferno match. With Kane getting a victory tonight over Mr. O'Neil. Now, on to the next matchup, which involved Kofi Kingston. Non-title match. should be in a title match soon. So he fucking pushes him. I did like the We Want White sign. 2 years too late, buddy. 2 years too late. I love White, but the White Revolution ended a long time ago. I love White. I want to get another. I want to have another chance, but I don't see that anytime in the near future. If Vince has his way. Anyway, Del Rio. Of course, without Ricardo did not make an appearance. Of course, like I said, Kofi. Now, this match was actually pretty good. There was a couple good spots in there. I think there was like one good spot in there. That was kind of cool. So midway towards the match, Del Rio nailed like what looked like a reverse suplex off the top rope on Kofi. That was a great move. That was kind of cool. Might have seen that a few times, but that was kind of a cool move coming from Del Rio. That was kind of a cool move. That little reverse suplex. That was kind of a cool move there. And Kofi did try to fight back against the world champion as he indeed got the broom drop and was going to try to get Mr. Del Rio. He was setting up to make Del Rio have a little trouble in paradise. But his attempts failed every time. Like he tried, I think it took him like 3 times to find Aaron on Fandango. He did try the Trouble in Paradise again. He did eventually nail the SOS move to a count. And it was actually a pretty good matchup between these guys. But he did try Trouble in Paradise a few more times until indeed a crossbody move from Kofi cost him as Del Rio get a great counter. Kofi was going for a crossbody and Del Rio put his knees up to block the move, which set up the cross-arm breaker and the victory for Alberto Del Rio. And we would later see Christian be interviewed about his match against Del Rio. They had a little package. Is Christian going to retire? Who knows? Because Christian wants one more match for the World Championship. And like I said, I'll be pissed off if Christian does get cashed in on by Sundown, as I would be pissed if D. Bryan gets cashed in on by Orton if they both win this Sunday. If one of them wins this Sunday, and they both get cashed on by the Money in the Bank winners, I'll be pissed. So, there you go with that. Christian did not wrestle, but he did like a little face confrontation with Del Rio. Now with a tag match. What involved the We Americans, Tony Cesaro and Jack Swagger taking on the Usos again this week. Now that match last week was pretty good. This week match, more of the same. And I loved one more with this matchup when Cesaro and Swagger were outside the ring with Zeb Coulter, and a fan flipped off Zeb Coulter, and it was caught on camera, and it was uncensored. That was fucking funny. That Zeb Coulter got flipped off and the camera caught it. That was kind of funny. Anyway, this match was as good as last week. I thought it was a pretty good back and forth tag match. So bad the tag teams were just getting fucking squashed down the drain. Anyway, of course, Jerry got isolated yet again with the great double team moves from both Swagger and Cesaro. Great double team moves. I think there was one point when I think Jay had Cesaro set up for a powerbomb move, and then Cesaro tagged in Swagger before he got pinned. Then Swagger got in with Jay not knowing that Swagger tagged himself in. And not knowing that Cesaro was not the Lincoln Man. Well, that was kind of a smart move there. So there you go. Then Jimmy got the hot tag in with Swagger. Really dominated with some great killer moves and some great... I like the Usos. They do remind me of their father Rikishi. They're athletic and entertaining like their father Rikishi. Then Swagger and Cesaro was both taken down to the outside, and both Usos went for a middle rope splash. Like a splash off the middle rope, like a double splash off the middle rope to the floor. That was a great move from them. And then, Swagger got back in the ring, and Zeb was distracting the referee, and Cesaro was, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, like they were going to distract one of the Usos up the top rope. And then as Cesaro was going to distract, was going to interfere in the matchup with Zeb interfering in the referee, that plan backfired, with Jay kicking Cesaro off the top, tagging himself in, and Swagger didn't see that surprise tag from Jay, rolling up Swagger with a 1-2-3 victory. Kind of a sly, smart move from the Usos, thwarting We Americans' attempt at a distraction for the referee like they did last week. So there we go. Usos get the victory. It was like a rubber match. Each team has had a victory over the other. So the Usos got the win in this won a match. So, decent tag match. Now, on with Miz TV. A very intriguing Miz TV involving John Cena and Daniel Bryan. I think Cena's promos last 2 weeks were very good, very intriguing. Like, no matter how much you hate Cena, you cannot deny that Cena is a great talker. He's a great promo giver. You know, he has delivered some great promos in the past. You know, no matter what your allegiance is to Cena, like, I do hate him with all my passion, his character. And Cena made a lot of points. And I do like D. Bry's points too, that say that Cena is a parody of wrestling. Because Cena's more, like, Cena is wrestling is in Cena's blood, but unfortunately, Cena doesn't show his passion for pure wrestling, because all he does is the same 5 moves and hogs the fucking spotlight. Exactly, D-Bry. Exactly. Both men had valid points in their promos tonight on Miz TV. With D-Bry delivering the fact that Cena's only in it for the spotlight and to hog the WWE Championship, that's what Cena does. It's on Cena's contract. Cena put a clause in his contract that said that Cena must always have the WWE Championship and beat everybody. He's beaten Triple H. I did like one other thing. When John Cena was mentioning all the guys he beat, and then D-Bry was like, "You think they're all better than you?" And then one fan said, "They are better than you." And I did like that one moment. The fan said, "They are better than you," after Cena named off all the guys he beat. Shawn Michaels, who's on the pregame commentary. And it was a very intriguing situation with both Cena and D-Bry. And then, like, I think Cena took a shot off it once. It looked like they was going to have a physical competition. But Cena's like, "Homie, don't play that." You know, I'm not going to fall for that. I'm not going to fall for that trick. That's after D-Bry called him a parody that says, "You don't want to wrestle, I'm the wrestler." You know, D-Bry is the wrestler in my opinion. Because Cena all he does, and I do give Cena credit, and I did like Cena's point saying that, "D-Bry, you live for yourself. I live for the moment I spend with my fans, especially the Make-A-Wish kids." I do see the credit as a person. He's a great giving person, especially when he does with his work with Make-A-Wish Foundation. He does do a great job of being a great role model to the kids. I do give him credit for that, but unfortunately for us male adults, we don't like that. I was a Hulkamania once, yes, but I was a kid. I was a kid when Hulkamania was around. And I still am a hardcore Hulkamaniac, you know what I mean? Despite his ego, I still like Hogan. I still have a personal place for him because he was part of my childhood. But now, Cena, as a grown adult, I don't like that gimmick anymore. The gimmick of the superhero, to me, as a grown adult, that's 25 years old, that just turned 25 3 days ago, this past Friday, I don't see that character flying with me. I don't like that character, the superhero, the gimmicky Hulk Hogan type. You know, I love that when I was a kid, but I'm a grown adult now, damn it. So, anyway, even D-Bry's like, "Cena, there was this tradition where when I did in Japan, when I have to slap you for good luck." And he's like, "You don't deserve the slap because you're not a wrestler." Blah, blah, blah. It was just very intense. It was very intense promo. It went on for a long time. It was at least a 10-minute promo. It was very good. Face-to-face promo. It was pretty good. Like I said, both guys had great points. But then Cena held the slap. He slapped D-Bry. And then it got really tense there. Like, Cena's like, "Come on, D-Bry, slap me. Bring it on, bitch." You know, he didn't say that, but you know what I meant. But then when Randy Orton came out with the briefcase, then Triple H came out. You know, it got very intense with Triple H coming out to separate D-Bry and Cena as the special guest referee now. And then Orton came out to say that, "Look out, Cena and Daniel Bryan, because Randy Orton standing in the shadows, waiting to cash on his money to make on anybody." So there you go. Very intense promo between Cena and D-Bry on Miz TV with Randy Orton, of course, standing in the shadows and ready to make his Viper-like moves on cashing in MITB. And like I said just a few minutes ago, the last time Triple H refereed a WWE Championship match at SummerSlam, Money in the Bank was cashed in on. Will it happen again? Will Money in the Bank cash in happen again? This time with Triple H as the referee? Hopefully on Cena, not on D-Bry? We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'll be more pissed off if Kevin Nash comes back. Because the last time this happened, Kevin Nash got involved in the ending. So, hope that doesn't happen. Now on with, I call it a filler. I call this a time filler. To fill up time before the 20-man battle royal. Fandango against R-Truth. It wasn't more of a match. It was more of like a dance-off. It was kind of stupid. Like, both guys danced off, and match never really started. And then after that, like, R-Truth and Fandango danced, and then, like twice, and then I think R-Truth got it. R-Truth got a haircut. Anyway, R-Truth danced a little bit, then Fandango attacked him from behind. He beat up on R-Truth, and then like they kind of beat up on each other, and then R-Truth threw Fandango off the top rope. The match never really started. It was never really a match. The bell never really rang, so it was kind of a stupid matchup. Like I said, it was more like a filler match to fill up time before the 20-man battle royal to determine the number one contender for the U.S. Championship. Like, that match, in my mind, it was like, congratulations, you know, but we got a lot of 20-man, big list of people in the matchup, including R-Truth and Fandango. We had the Job Squad, 3-man Babe, Slater, McIntyre, and Jinder Mahal. Then we had Justin Gabriel. I can't believe he's still hired in the company. We had Tons of Funk, Borders Clay and Tenzai. We had the Part-Time Players. We have Wyberg, Kryberg, Goldberg, Ryback, what do you want to call him? We had also the Usos, Cesaro and Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Wade Barrett, Mark Henry, Rob Van Dam, and also, I forgot the 20th guy. Forgot all 20 guys. And some of you guys wrestled already. So, it's a typical battle royal. There was some good spots in there. I like the Kofi Kingston's always the master of avoiding eliminations in these battle royal type matches. He's always making those spectacular blocks at the Royal Rumble. It happened again tonight, when it's just like Kofi Kingston was going to be eliminated with Cesaro and Swagger. There was like this spot like Kofi was going to deliver a power bomb, and they had like a cool little move there to avoiding elimination, and like Cesaro was trying to go off Kofi, and Kofi's foot never really touched. It was kind of a cool move, cool move there, kind of intense, and it was like I said, typical battle royal. It was a fun battle royal for what it was, you know. And the final 4 guys, I think it was like Fandango, and Kali got eliminated. And I think Ryback was a tough guy. Ryback started eliminating people left and right. It looked like Ryback was going to win. But then Ryback got eliminated. He was like second to last eliminated. It came down to Mark Henry and Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam was the fan favorite. Crowd was really on behind Rob Van Dam. It showed throughout the matchup. RVD was going for a big move off the top rope, and I was hoping that this would happen, that he off the top rope, and then Mark Henry tagging him on the top rope and eliminated him. That almost happened. RVD was on the top rope, and then Mark Henry dangled him, and then RVD was on a ring apron, and then as Mark Henry was going for a move, RVD pulled the apron, eliminated Mark Henry, and RVD won. RVD is going to get a title match against Dean Ambrose this Sunday. He's like, congratulations, you get a title match at SummerSlam, RVD. You get to face Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam on the pregame. Yeah, that's it. The good news and the bad news. Good news is you're going to be facing Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. The bad news is it's on the pregame, not the pay-per-view. Like I also said earlier, this is stupid. Second year in a row, the U.S. title match is the pregame. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Anywho, as RVD was celebrating his victory, Mark Henry came in to shake his hand, or more like a fist pound, as good luck. Then here comes the Shield to attack on RVD and Mark Henry. Then, finally, after weeks of delays, the Big Show finally made his return tonight. Coming out to aid Mark Henry and RVD. But then the Shield flied out. So now we kind of know who's going to accept the open challenge. Like I said earlier as well, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, both had an open challenge to any team. So now the team, I think I read rumors about this match happening, but now it's official. It will be Rollins and Reigns teaming up against the Big Show and Mark Henry, with the open challenge accepted for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and of course Dean Ambrose taking on Rob Van Dam in the pregame show on WWE.com with Shawn Michaels and Booker T as commentators for the pregame. Now, on with our scheduled main event. Paul Heyman against CM Punk. Now, it would take a dummy not to realize that Brock Lesnar was going to get involved. You know, like everybody knew that Paul Heyman had something up his sleeve. And it wasn't really a match. It was more like a segment. Because we all knew Brock Lesnar was going to come out. And he came out earlier than expected. We thought, like, Paul Heyman was going to... I thought this was going to happen. Like, they were going to have some sort of attempt at a match. Like, CM Punk was going to try to get his hands on Heyman and try to beat him up a little bit. Then that's when Brock Lesnar was going to come out. But they never really touched at all, Heyman and Punk. Because Heyman came out, you know, talking to Mike, saying that, you know, and he had no entrance music. I bet you know why he had no entrance music? Because it cost millions of dollars to license I Am the Wars by the Beatles. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Because you know the Beatles charge licensing for their songs. That's why Paul Heyman had no theme song. And also because the ECW song, they can't buy that song out too. You know, the old ECW song. Not Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. The old ECW song. This is extreme. From the old and good ECW before WWE fucked it up. I saw a lot of wrestling things. I went to a thrift store today. I saw a Goldberg shirt today, an Undertaker shirt, and a bunch of DVDs. Old DVDs at the thrift store. I didn't buy them, but I saw them, including ECW One Night Stand 05, the only good one. 06 was okay, but ECW was more like the 05 one was more like an ECW event. 06 added WWE guys. So there you go. Now, Paul Heyman came out saying about Punk being the hero and blah, 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 blah. And that Paul Heyman does have his Punk card, pardon the pun, that he had his security, his little conspirator, Brock Lesnar. And indeed, it was deemed a trap. Like, I knew that was going to happen. Like, a trap was set for CM Punk to get double teamed by Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. But the tables turned on Mr. Heyman and Lesnar as Punk's music did hit. But then it was Paul Heyman and Lesnar who got trapped upon. As Punk came from the crowd, nailed Brock Lesnar with one of the cameras, laying him out. And then he really took the fight to Lesnar again, even delivering his big middle rope splash, getting Lesnar out of the equation so he can get his hands on Paul Heyman. With Lesnar laid out, Heyman was left for Punk to get his hands on him. But Paul Heyman tried to escape. And I had a sneaky suspicion this was going to happen. That another Paul Heyman guy was going to help Heyman escape. And that's exactly what happened. Because Axel came and Heyman went off without any confrontation with Punk. But Axel paid for that interference as he got go to sleep upon on the stage by Punk. So we end Raw with Axel laid out from the GTS on the stage and Lesnar being laid out from the attack from Punk with the camera with Punk standing tall. Will he be indeed standing tall this Sunday? Who knows? At least you know Punk's going to take the fight to Lesnar, but I said it's my attack today. They need to add a stipulation. It should not be a pure match. It should be a fucking stipulation match. A no DQ match, a no hold bar match, and unfortunately that is possibly not going to happen. Because we all know what happened the last time we had a one-on-one no stipulation match at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar last year. A snore fest with him and Triple H. God, that match sucked. If Brock Lesnar's the last match again, like it was last year, we fucking pissed. If Brock Lesnar's the last match again, like he was last year against Triple H, especially how boring that match was, I'll be pissed. The last match, ain't to admit this, I never thought I would say that I'd rather have a John Cena main event. But I'm only saying that because John Cena's wrestling Daniel Bryan. Even with the Triple H refereeing. So there you go. Last Raw, we had some new matches made. Pre-game Ambrose RVD. Rollins and Reigns against Big Show and Mark Henry. Natalia teaming up with the Funkadactyls against Beltrans and Eva Marie, aka Bathroom Break or Sleep Break. And I think that's all the matches made for SummerSlam tonight. So there you go. Go home for Raw. Pretty good tonight in Sacramento. That is it. For my Raw review for tonight, I will see you all later. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Yeah.